Hey guys, Kelli Stewart here. I wanted to talk for a minute on the topic of hypocrisy, because I think that we as human beings are pretty hosed when it comes to this topic. So I want to talk about the memorial being burned down. I was talking with John Lamb this morning about it, and about how little attention it's getting, the fact that Lavoie's memorial and his cross that was just put up was burned down. And as we're talking, we're addressing how, well, where's all the tough patriots and militia to come in and protect this memorial? And then we remembered, oh wait, the last time they did that, they were told to leave. So let's go back through a few instances so that we can talk about the hypocrisy within the community. So Ammon Bundy shows up to Harney County, and a few of the locals wanted him to leave. Some of the militia and the 3%ers, some of the main groups wanted him to leave. Some of those people who wanted him to leave are some of his strongest supporters today. Why is it that when something comes to our town and makes us uncomfortable or creates some form of friction, our first response is to run from it? So Ammon Bundy goes to Harney County, 3% locals there say, we want him to leave. In fact, one of them, who I think is great, who testified for Ammon, or not for Ammon, but for the second group, actually did a post after Ammon arrived saying, get out of my county. This is my county. We're dealing with the Hammond case. Leave. And yet, what they were doing was doing nothing to actually get the Hammonds to not have to go back to jail. At the end of the day, a hard stand is what needed to happen, and that's exactly what Ammon did. But the locals there said, well, this is creating too much friction in the community, we want you to leave. So then the refuge ends, Lavoie's killed, and some of those people are the very people who are his strongest supporters today, saying, we need to take a hard stand, we need to get something done. So Lavoie's memorial continues being desecrated in Harney County, and last year William Fisher shows up and says, out of a conviction that he had, he says, I'm staying here, I'm guarding this memorial. And what happened? The locals came and said, this is the local 3%, the local militia shows up, we want you to leave, this is creating problems for us. So then I show up in Nevada when I believe that a man is going to be killed, and my conviction is we need to show up and stand and not leave until we can secure this person's safety and make sure that they're okay. I wasn't on the ground 10 minutes, and I'm being told Pete Santilli wants me to leave because it's causing friction within the jail. People who take hard stands, but then when it impacts them and makes them uncomfortable, they're the first people to say, whoa, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. So when John and I were talking about Lavoie's memorial being burned, and well, what are we going to do about this, and are people going to go and put something else up or just let it go? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody does, because people are going to criticize as soon as it makes them uncomfortable. But if it's the hard stand they feel they need to take, then it's all good. Then they can go and do whatever they want to do, right? Then they're going to lead the charge, and they're going to say, no guys, we need to take a hard stand now. What we need to learn from these things that continue happening is, one, we need to get the heck out of other people's liberty and their business. If somebody feels compelled to take a stand and you don't agree with it, don't get involved in it. There are things that have happened in Nevada that I didn't agree with, that I didn't get involved with. Pretty simple, right? I don't have to badmouth anything that goes on or a stand that somebody else takes. I don't have to do that because I know what team I'm on. I know what side I'm on. I'm fighting for justice and liberty for all. So who am I to tell somebody where and how and when they can protest their federal government, right? It's a constitutionally protected, God-given right, and yet I'm going to tell somebody where they need to protest and how and what words they need to use? I have seen trash all over the place on some of these posts in Nevada of people making threats I'm not getting involved. I'm not commenting. I'm not saying, oh, you got to take this post down. Somebody got on there and made a threat. People are always going to make stupid, idle threats. 90% of them are trolls on the internet doing nothing but stirring crap up. It doesn't mean the stand isn't important. It just means that anytime you take a stand, you're going to have haters everywhere you go breathing down your neck. The fact that people think they have a right to tell somebody, you can't be independent media, you can't ask for funds to go and take a stand. And people yesterday on Threads saying, you know, there should only be one person speak in, only Andrea, and nobody else, no other media. She does a great job. You guys, shut it. If somebody else wants to be there and speak, let them speak. They're bringing attention to the cause. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with the person. Let them do what God is compelling them to do, or their spirit is compelling them to do. And if you want to do it differently, get out there and do it differently. But for Christ's sake, leave them alone. Quit telling people how they can liberty. Andrea needs all the help she can get out there. Does she do awesome? Yeah, she does awesome. Does that mean we don't want 50 other people standing next to her reporting? If they have a different following, get out there and report. I was watching a video on that Pete Santilli did last year, and he's going off and he's saying, pick up your cameras, you guys. Pick up your cameras, every one of you. Pick up your cameras and be the media. Get out here, stand, show up wherever you are in your community. When something's going on, pick up your camera and be the media. But what is something that I've seen as a community do is somebody picks up their camera. As soon as they pick up their camera, oh, he got a van. I don't think he should be able to report because he got a used van. Oh, she asked for donations to get to Nevada. She shouldn't be donating. Oh, this person, they have their own agenda. Yeah, everybody who showed up to the stand event, trust me, had their own agenda. Who cares if they were out there to further their own name? They're speaking about the political prisoners and furthering the cause of liberty for us. So who cares? Who cares? Let them speak. If you don't support the idea, the event, the stand, the protest, don't be a part of it. But stop bad-mouthing it. Because I'm noticing that most of the people who are doing all of this bad-mouthing are just sitting behind their computers doing nothing anyway. And let me tell you, when you get out there and take a stand, you're going to have people criticizing you. You still have to get out there and do it. You're going to do it wrong sometimes. You're going to mess up. You're going to piss somebody off. You're not going to support every single person every single hour of every single day, and you're going to get criticized for that. If you feel compelled to go out and stand for one of the prisoners or one of the family members of the prisoners, get out there and do it. Speak. And as you do, try to encourage other people to let people liberty and let people show up and do what they are called to do and leave them alone. If you don't agree with them or you don't like their message, then just shut your mouth and have nothing to do with that part of the message. One person is not the entire group. If one person wants to go now and guard that memorial because they feel compelled, are we not fighting for liberty for all, for the right for somebody to go protest and camp on public property and protect something? You guys, seriously, it is so old right now for me to see people literally saying, I want to defend and fight for people's constitutionally protected rights. And then they say, people shouldn't ask for money to go to Nevada. Hello, do you hear what you just said? If you don't want to ask for money to go to Nevada, don't ask for money to go to Nevada. If somebody else asks for money and they get money, what is this really about? Is this about you being jealous because you wanted the money? You know, the love of money is the root of all evil. Do you know how much evil I saw come out of Camp Liberty from other people's love of money? I don't have the love of money, so it's not a problem for me. I don't care who's raising money. For what? Good for them. If they're going to get out there and they're going to raise funds to support the cause that they believe in, good for them. Let them do it. Whether it doesn't matter what they're raising it for. If they're out there having a message, let them get out there and have their message. And if you think the message should be different, you get out there with a different message. Speak the message that you think is important. Speak the message that you think isn't getting enough attention. Maybe the reason what you think isn't happening is because you're actually the one called to get out and speak for that person or speak for that cause, and you're not doing it. You're just sitting back criticizing other people. If you think the memorial is a big deal, get out there and protect it. If you think going to stand at the prison is a big deal, go stand at the prison. If you think you should go protest at the prosecutor's office, go protest at the prosecutor's office. If you want to protest at the defense's office, go protest at the defense's office. That is a constitutionally protected right that should not be getting stripped away by the very hypocrites who say they're here to defend it. Come on, you guys. Rant over. Let people liberty. Some of the people who say they don't want drama are the first people to jump in and create drama and make stupid comments about, well, why is this person speaking up when that person should be the only one speaking? Whose voice is that? I just don't know. You know whose voice that was speaking yesterday with Andrea. And she has done a damn good job trying to fight for these political prisoners. So come on, you guys, let's find some unity. Let's learn how to either back each other up or close our mouths. Do you know how much I could say about people? You know how much I could get on and say? It's not going to help. It's only going to create division. You guys, we have to get over ourselves, get over our love of money, get over our obsession about our own opinions on who should be getting funds and who should be standing and how they should be standing and what signs they should be holding, because, oh my gosh, that person protested and held a sign calling guards human traffickers. Can you believe that? Somebody held up a sign that said guards are human traffickers. Somebody had their own opinion. Oh my goodness. We need to freak out over this. That somebody was living within their God-given rights to protest and use their First Amendment right. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? The prisoners are going to spend life in prison over this. Come on. Come on. Without God and a good legal team, these guys are going to spend life in prison anyway. Was even one person acquitted in the first trial? No. So the last thing we need to be doing right now is picking people apart about how they stand. The last thing we need to do is run people out from Nevada. Stop running people off from Nevada and telling them that they can't stand out on public property and speak. Don't run them off. You guys, they need help down there. Get out there and stand. And if somebody's standing in a way you don't support, walk away from them. If somebody's open carrying and you don't like it, walk away from them. That's your right. But your right doesn't allow you to infringe upon their right. Get out there and stand. They need support in Nevada. If you can get there to Nevada, I don't care if you have slandered me the entire year. I want you in Nevada. I want you standing and speaking for these prisoners. And I appreciate anybody who shows up. Even the people who hate me. I don't care. I'm going to support those people too, because it's not about me. It's about the political prisoners and life in prison. Do we need to go back to Todd Engel and Greg Burleson and what they're facing right now? Or Jerry DeLumas, who just got transferred to Oklahoma, sitting in a bus with hard seats, shackled? Do we need to really go back and figure out what is important here and what we should focus on and what we should not focus on? Please get out. Support the political prisoners. Get attention on the ground. If anybody shows up, praise them. Thank them. And if you can't thank them, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, because it hurts the political prisoners. That's the only person it hurts at the end of the day, is the political prisoners and their families. So unite with people you hate if you have to, and if you can't do that, then just shut your mouth. Please, can you just shut your mouth? Can you just tape your fingers together? And not type for a minute your slander and your hatred, and just be a blessing by being silent. So that's all. God bless you guys. Keep standing.